1 Corinthians chapter 1. Verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. For the preaching of the cross to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. Just for a few moments, the title of my message and what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about two sticks. Two sticks. If you listen on the radio and television, maybe listen from the pulpit, there's not a whole lot of preaching about the cross. For those of us who are saved, we know the power of the cross of Jesus Christ. And it started with two sticks. Or it is where we receive our salvation. Two sticks. And there's no Jesus on this cross now, because he did just what he said he would do. And when he got up out of that grave, he made the way plain that I might have a right to the tree of life. And it just started with, now, when it comes to salvation, the first thing you have to do, and just let me drop this down just for a moment, because now you have an addition sign. Because in order for you to be saved, you got to add Jesus. I don't care what else you do. You can't even be saved unless he draws you to himself. And you must add him to your life. We have many denominations in this room, but as far as I know, all of us believe in this room tonight, the only way that you can be saved, you got to add Jesus to your life. Not add a church, not add a baptism, but add Jesus. Now, once you've added Christ to your life, the next operation, you know what? It's the same mathematical operation whether you went to school in Alabama, New Jersey, the Bahamas. Is all the same operation. And the first operation is addition, but the second operation is subtraction. Now, some of us, we call this sanctification. And it really means just taking things that were in your life, that God takes them out of your life by subtracting them. But there is no subtraction until there's. That's why some of you, when you start with your evangelism, stop going out telling folks what they got to stop doing first. That's subtraction. You can't tell them anything until they. You can't even get them into the church to accept Christ before you tell them, well, you got to take that off. You got to stop doing that. You got to put that away. No, let them add Jesus first. And some of us are in this room know that it's a progressive work. You don't put away everything all at one time, but the longer that you stay with him, the more he keeps subtracting things out of your life. How many of you had issues before you got saved? How many of you got issues now that you're saved? But how many know that he keeps? Because he does not yet appear, because he keeps taking stuff. I can't really tell you the day or the hour that it happened, but all I can tell you is that he'll take the very designer. With the cross, you have Jesus, sanctification. The next operation is called multiplication. Now, if your church is not growing, before you start pointing that finger at the pulpit area, Acts 1:8 says, I shall give you power, that you might be a witness. We keep talking about evangelism, but evangelism is really just multiplication. Because you're going to tell somebody about the cross. You're going to tell them how you add Jesus. You're going to tell them how you separate. But now you got to tell them how to win somebody. Amen.